Mercy on the Franco. What? On the carry. Gio on that show. And I think they're going to go for a starting fight here. And you're on the Lolita. Very scary here. Kito Gimash. He's going to go for the invade. Day one started early.
Alright, so for Onic Esports, we have Psycho on the Diggy, Drian on the Grok, Sasa on the Claude, Anti-Mage on the Toms, and Udil on the Guinevere. But it looks like a potential clash is happening at mid lane right now. The first blood is going to go to the Guinevere, and it's not looking good already for Louvre Esports, and Watt is being chased down, and he will want to fall, and Grok will take that kill. 2 kills early on for Onic Esports.
And Onic, they were the ones who were being invaded. Now the tables have turned. Right away. Oh my gosh, such power. They're not even level 2 yet. If
you're up against a team like Onic Esports, you shouldn't make mistakes like those because they can capitalize on your own mistakes. They had the hard read on the opponent. They know that they were going to go for the invade, and Onic Esports, the rotations from the bottom lane as well, they went straight to that jungle camp and just demolished and destroyed and also shut down Louvre Esports' potential rotations.
I mean, that was pretty, brave of Louvre to try to do that.
Very, very brave.
I mean, I was expecting them to play a bit standard and to play a little, a little safe.
Yes.
But they're not doing that at all. They want to throw everything at Onic Esports right off the bat, and they suffered because of it.
It didn't work out for Louvre Esports to try and get that rotation or invade, but Onic Esports, smarter than this, now they are rotating to wherever they want to, and now they got the positional advantage for the turtle, and they are currently working on it right now. Louvre Esports have no idea, or they might have an idea, but they're not going to try to contest this because they know that they have the disadvantage.
Yeah, and the disadvantage is actually quite substantial this time around. Udil is making such great rotations here.
He's going to go knocked up, and he will be slain by the Guinevere, and Udil very, very aware of his surroundings.
Yeah, something as well that you have to note about the Violet Requiem from this Guinevere. It's also crowd control immune, so the hooks, they don't work on you.
They don't work. So Guinevere is a really good choice, and Udil so far has 2 kills. Udil will be a problem in the late game, especially when the Lunox or the carry gets caught. So, Onic Esports will be invading this one. They now have the jungle control of the top side.
Yep, exactly. Top side looks like it's going to be a bit more slower. And that's exactly what Sasa wants to happen as well. He wants to farm up on that Claude, get that Demon Hunter Sword. Margin of Mercy, very close on the hooks, but no one actually has that much damage yet.
Yeah, look at this though. The Grok is left alone to roam at the bottom lane. Guinevere went to the mid lane as well, but he's being converged on the top lane right now. The bomb is not going to chase him down, but Sasa, he's hungry for blood, but they're just going to proxy up a top lane. Sasa, just be a bit more patient or you will die.
It's going to be a 4-man collapse.
They're going to collapse onto Sasa right now. The time journey is going to be activated. It's also proc, but it is going to be a 4v2, and Sasa has to run away.
This is actually pretty smart. I mean, Sasa doesn't have damage on that Blazing Duet yet. Take advantage of that and get kills while you can. Anti-Mage on the bottom lane, getting so much free time.
Yeah.
Despite that gank, Onic is still ahead by quite an amount.
Louvre Esports, it's a bit of a questionable rotation considering there's 4 people who went up at top lane, but they left Anti-Mage alone. And I've mentioned this time and time again, if you leave Anti-Mage alone, if you give him what he wants, it's to be left alone.
Yeah.
He's going to be a big problem as well, not only because the past few games he's been using Leo more. This time he's Toms. It's going to make a big difference, but when Anti-Mage gets what he wants, he will be destructive.
Man, the ban on the Leo board seems to be not affecting them that much at all.
I mean, this is Anti-Mage we're talking about. One of the 2 superstars of Onic Esports. It's Anti-Mage and Sasa.
Exactly, such powerhouses. Of course, Udil also.
The talent is going to connect onto the Diggy right now. The time journey will be proven ineffective.
Wow,
unfortunate.
That's the power of the Franco. Like, we don't care if you're crowd control immune. This is suppression.
Yeah.
You cannot move. The moment Martian No Mercy doesn't want you to move. And that is the power of that brutal massacre. Now, on the top side, Gio is still playing up. It's going to be a very, very safe lane here for the meantime because Drian and Psycho are there.
Mid lane skirmish is going to happen right now. Martial No Mercy might be the first one to fall right here, but Udil is being converged by Watt, and he will be taken down by the Lux, and Kito Gemash will also fall. Drian Has to run away, forced to run away, in fact.
Yeah, 3M with the double kill, of course. 11K to 14K. Top lane, they're bullying Jill right now.
Indeed,
Tower's
indeed.
getting so much damage, and Jill cannot do anything to stop it.
Gio is pressured so much because of Sasa's Claude. Sasa's Claude is so heavy on the push right now that he can't even do anything. And the entire Louvre Esports, they can't rotate that much because they know they're going to leave Anti-Mage with a big enough lead.
Exactly, and that lead is going to be insurmountable later on, so they got to be careful. Yor doesn't have that much damage. He can do the setup, but I think there's no one else to follow it up, so it's going to be a free tower by Onic Esports. Mid lane also getting pushed by Anti-Mage at the same time.
They know they can force a clash right there because at the side the Guinevere was present, and if they get caught by that Guinevere knockup and the Violet Requiem, they will die instantly. Louvre Esports, they are aware, but that's 2 towers down.
That's exactly it. So later on, I feel like Onic is going to be unstoppable. If you want to stop them, if you're Louvre Esports, you want to stop Onic, you got to do it now. Because Onic, they've been finishing games so fast. They've been finishing games like 8 to 10 minutes. So Louvre, they just need to stop doing that. They just need to play safe. Farm it up for your carry. Farm it up for your Lunox, and you should be fine. However, Onic Esports, they're bending the meta. They're like the new Aether main. The way that Aether main was playing in the previous season.
They changed things up in the game. They changed the entire flow of the game. And that's exactly what Onic Esports is doing right now.
We also want to see some of those, teleports on the base kind of deals. I don't even know if Onic Esports is going to do that today, but who knows, right?
I don't think. They're the type of team that will finish off the entire game, and now Yor is being converged on the flicker over the wall as well. He doesn't want to risk anything, so he will escape that with ease.
So slowly but surely, not many kills happening on the map, but right now, the
connect to Anti-Mage right now. The hook to the flicker into their own base, or tower rather, and Anti-Mage is going to be taken down. That was a brilliant hook from Martial No Mercy.
Yeah, one of the longest hooks. And there's another one purified out by Sasa. No more suppression. Oh
my goodness, the stun is going to connect as well. Sasa is going to be using the time journey for himself, and the Violet Requiem is also going to be activated. Drian is in the front lines, just hitting people, just trying to be a complete nuisance, but also the hook is going to connect to him. Drian is just one hit away, and is just hiding in behind. Louvre Esports, they are doing it. They are finally getting the lead that they want, and this could be a free mid lane tower.
Yeah, getting a win over Onic Esports in those exchanges, it's actually pretty big, so just need to keep this up. Louvre, they're getting towers. They're slowly closing the gold gap here.
Slowly but surely. My gosh. And now this is 2 free towers for Louvre Esports, and Gio is finally getting the farm that he wants. And Onic Esports, that was indeed a big mistake in the side of Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage was the one that got caught. It was turned into a 4v5. Louvre Esports forced that clash in, and it was just snowballing from there. Yeah,
man, the snowball, they just need to get that started. What? Gonna be a scary force to be reckoned with. Sasa, I think he should be ready soon. He's not dying. He's also not doing the big blazing duets yet. He's probably waiting for the item spikes to hit, and hopefully that doesn't come in too late. Because right now, Louvre, they want to go big. They want to go early, and they're doing it now.
They are indeed doing it now. It looks like a potential clash might happen in bottom lane. There's only 10 seconds left for that turtle, but Sasa is still kind of far away. He's still in the mid lane, but a hook is going to connect onto him right now. He's going to be locked up. Will take it. Finally, the lead is slowly but surely coming back for Louvre Esports. Just 1K now. This is a big turnaround point for Onic Esports. What are they going to do?
What is happening here? Is this the start of the comeback here? Again, there's not done. Wave the Dragon goes into Sasa. He's 10% HP. They're going and waiting for a target. Right now, low HP. Martial No Mercy. He's still available for the count.
All right, so it's just a back and forth. It is a dance so far for Louvre and Onic. And here we go. The hook is going to connect, and the time journey will be proven ineffective. And Colin Inferno is also activated right now. And what? This is is going to come in for Onic Esports and Louvre Esports. It looks like they are dominating Onic Esports so far, and this should be a free lord.
They don't know what to do. Onic, they're coming in one by one, and they don't know who do we pick up. Where do we start? Man, Louvre, they're looking a lot better this time around, thanks to the help of Martial No Mercy on that Franco.
There's still hope for Louvre Esports. Yor wanted to win just a single game even, and it looks like it's looking good for them, but it's still too early to say that because, again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Onic. This is Onic Esports. The guys expected to win this entire game. Can Louvre Esports get this advantage?
Because despite winning so many team fights, check out that goal.
Yeah, that goal
they are still ahead by a small amount.
Oh no, Psycho's gonna get caught. The time journey is forced out, so they will be backing away. Almost connects with the hook. Psycho has been caught with these hooks one by one, and Marsha No Mercy has been on point with that.
On point indeed. I feel like Louvre this time around, as long as he has someone good that can do a lot of damage behind him, he should be able to get a lot more kills and then stop Onic Esports from getting that farm.
Yeah, indeed, and Lior is just looking for people right now that does not have a single idea that Drian is there waiting in the bushes. Gets the hook on the Drian, the lockdown is as well, the burst damage, and forced to use that wild charge. But of course, here we go. The knockup is going to come in. The Violet Requiem follows up, and what is in big trouble right now? Onic Esports is slowly converging on Marsha No Mercy. Puts down that wall to block him away, and the airborne, the way of the dragon is going to be used for the Diggy. He's taken down as well, but Jill has to back away. Anti-Mage is still a big threat, and Udil is still alive in this game, and Sasa as well is still in the base, but they will be forcing that clash later on. It is now a 10-6 in favor of Louvre Esports.
Man, this Lunox right here is starting to hurt a lot. It's going to be a big question of whether or not Louvre can actually take a game from Onic Esports. They look like they're on the road to do it, because for the first time in this whole tournament, these guys are looking not on point.
Yeah, Onic Esports for the first time ever in the past 4 days that we've had, Onic Esports have been dominating, but it looks like they're the ones being dominated.
Yeah, usually at 10 minutes they're already 10,000 gold ahead, so man, that's a big difference from what we usually see from Onic. Marsha No Mercy still in the bushes. This Franco is gonna get banned next game. Mark my words.
It's either Franco is gonna get banned next game, or it's just that the Diggy is always caught out of position, so he always has to be wary. But Drian, look at this. He's being a nuisance to the back line, trying to zone them out. And also in the front line right now being converged on, but he has to flicker away. But Kido Gimash is going to be melted down by Sasa, and now the follow-up coming in. The Lolita will be taken down, and more Mature No Mercy will be the next one to fall. And this should be an easy lord for Onic Esports.
And you see the weakness now of the Louvre composition. Once you get Hand of Kido, once you get a wrong Way of the Dragon or a wrong hook, if Onic dives on you first, you're toast.
You are
not react,
toast.
And they will drop you dead right away.
And Onic Esports capitalizing on every single advantage that they have. They got the Lord, they also got the mid and the bottom lane turret, and they are so good at taking advantages right now. And Louvre Esports, just a blink of an eye, they lost their advantage already.
Yeah, they're already having Onic knocking on the bottom, knocking on the middle, taking it and dodging hooks this time around. It is not looking really good for Louvre Esports all of a sudden. And Onic, just like that, just with a snap of fingers,
single flash,
turn everything around.
I mean, Psycho has to say in the back line right now, because it is a very dangerous spot for Psycho to be in front of the enemy team. Even though he has a time journey, once you get hooked, you're going to be guaranteed dead.
Absolutely, and the hooks, they're not going to matter that much later on, so they need to make it work now. There's no mercy. All eyes on this guy. Who can he pick up? Lord walks in, blocks off that tower. Mid lane being pushed as well.
Mid lane being pushed as well. That's very smart to put down that wall so they can just force them out. Onic Esports is going to take down that tier 3 turret. And they're also going to rotate up a top lane right now. A potential clash, I feel it. And the hook is going to come in onto Udil, and Udil will be rendered useless. No more knockup and Violet Requiem for Onic Esports, and they are forced to run away.
Yeah, finally one for the team here as Louvre lost their tower. They need to make a chase work. Although too much chasing can't do that for you. Jill might find that out the hard way.
They might find out the hard way indeed, but they have to be wary about this hook. He might be bursted down. Drian has to run away. Even though you're a tank, you're still going to be burst down by Louvre Esports.
Man, that rotation is so strong here from Onic Esports. They're slowly being pushed pushback though. That's actually
Anti-Mage is being
working
caught
out.
out, and Colorado Inferno is going to be used as well. A lot of life is going to come in, but he's going to turn around on Keto Gamash, but he's not going to find anybody. The Way of the Dragon is going to be used, and he will be taken down by the Linux. 5-4 for Keto Gamash.
And that's what happens, man. When you have Keto Gamash untouched, as long as he can free hit as a Lunox, you're fine. You're good to go. Darkening and into a target. The tanks don't feel like tanks.
Yeah, the tanks don't feel like tanks indeed. I mean, this is Grok we're talking about. Drian is the Grok, and he should be very hard to kill. But the moment he gets hooked in, he will be locked down. And look at this. The time journey is going to be activated as well. Gil is going to be caught out of position, but Drian is taken so very low, and they are forced to run away from this one. They will not be able to win this clash. But look at the bottom lane, though. It's being pushed in, so Louvre Esports have to have an answer for that.
They have to be ready. Someone has to back off, because that tower is going down soon. And that, my friend, is more breathing time for Onic to regroup, to think of a new strategy, and then look for a plan of attack.
Just 1 minute left on the Lord, the level 2 Lord, and Onic Esports have to get into positions so they can contest to that. But it looks like they're not going to go for it just yet. It's still 45 seconds left. But Onic Esports, they are indeed given a bit of breathing room, and Louvre Esports not taking advantage of the amount of pressure that they're putting on Onic Esports.
Yeah, the amount of pressure, man, seems to be a bit bearable now, but wait till later. They need to finish it. They need to do something before we get to a breaking point here. Onic Esports.
Oh, it looks like Anti-Mage is going to be caught again by 3 people, and the bottom lane turret is going to be destroyed as well. But they are rotating to the top lane, and Udil will be able to survive that one. Tried to push in at the top lane, but unfortunately couldn't get anything out of it, so they left the Diggy alone to defend this.
Because they had to worry about, like, response, right? They need to worry about the base itself. And that's something that you cannot give away.
Yeah, the Lord has finally respawned. It's in favor of the Louvre Esports in terms of positioning right now. So Onic Esports, they need to rotate quickly to the bottom lane, even though Anti-Mage is still 15 seconds away from respawn. They need to contest this Lord, because the Lord will be indeed a big problem for them. This is level 2.
Level 2 Lord, man, it should be actually I think it should be level 3, because earlier it was already Luminous Lord, so it should be a lot stronger, a lot better, and hopefully we can see something change up here for Louvre, because right now they're just playing reactive. They're just playing whatever
be caught by the hook. Please don't be caught by that hook. And now the suppression is going to come in for Drian, and Drian is going to be caught with the time journey as well. But look at this, the Violent Reckoning is also activated right now. Yor is going to be the next one to fall. The Blazing Duet is also used, but look at this. Gil is trying to catch Anti-Mage out, but it's still a back and forth for Onic Esports and Louvre Esports. But the big turnaround for Louvre Esports, Keto Gamash is just hitting people for one after another, and Anti-Mage is going to be forced to run away from this one.
Oh my gosh.
But the bonus movement speed will be able to make him back away safely. And Louvre
30
Esports,
seconds,
what a big turnaround for that. And 30 seconds left for Sasa. And this could be a potential game if they use this to their advantage. And force this one out.
They're catching him out. Oh my god.
Kill for Louvre Esports. The Linux is just too strong, and Psycho better call up Post Malone, because he's such a psycho right now. Just one more turn to fall for Louvre Esports, and they could potentially end the game. What will they do? Is this it? Rockhard, is this going to be it?
I'm not sure.
God's ball. Onic Esports looking a bit flustered.
Oh my gosh! This is, I think, the closest they've ever gotten to giving Onic Esports a beating, and I think they could do it now. One more wrong pickup. One more bad play, and I think Onic Esports might actually drop a game.
I had to stand up for this. This is getting a bit too hype, because I thought Onic Esports was going to take this game 1 easily. And is going to connect to Psycho, and he will be the first one to fall. And Drian has to back away. It's again a 4v5, and that's a lot of seconds left until he responds.
Onic Esports, man, they're being picked off one by one. They have not fought 5v5! Another big one! Emotion, no mercy, unstoppable for Keto Gamash already!
And Keto Gamash is also going to be able to get that hook onto Udil, and Udil looking a bit flustered right now, and Drian is also going to be converted on by 5 people of Louvre Esports. They are doing it! They are doing it. We never should have doubted them. And Sasa is going to be caught as well. Forced to recall. But this will be it. As soon as Anti-Mage is going to be taken down, this should be the game, ladies and gentlemen. Louvre Esports. But look at this at the mid lane. Sasa is buying time. He's clearing out the mid lane so they can't push into the base. And very smart from Sasa.
Oh my God,
and Louvre Esports delay their celebration.
So for that, they are going to be trading it for the Lord. Louvre definitely going to get a lot of value from this one, but they are doing it. They're slowly whittling down.
They're slowly whittling down.
Indonesian powerhouse.
They're wounding Onic Esports right now, but they still have not bled just yet.
They need to finish him off
Louvre
first.
Esports
They cannot celebrate right away,
They
man.
need to catch Psycho and not be caught by Udil. Those are the win conditions for Louvre Esports. As soon as they get Psycho, they should be wary of the Udil, of the knockups, and the Violet Requiem. And as soon as those two are taken down, Sasa should be no problem.
Yeah, Psycho is being caught out so much. He's not helping anybody. And because of that, Louvre Esports, even Sasa can't actually carry from that position if it's so difficult to catch a break.
It's so difficult indeed, and now they got the Lord for themselves. This should be a lot of pressure for Onic Esports right now. This one clash could end it all. It could end the streak for Onic Esports, and let's see, it's slowly building up. I feel a clash coming right now, and Diggy is going to be gone! The time journey is activated, the monster kill for the Lynx right now, and look at this, Sasa is blazing duetting. It's time for the blazing duet, and Gio is going to be caught as well. Oh no, the red health bars are slowly disappearing, and Drian has to take away. They're doing it, and Sasa is still alive, but this is it.
my God!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Onic Esports!
Onic Esports have bled Louvre